here we go, final of the Jed Sevens, and the host team have kicked off, and it's not gone 10, so not the start Jed wanted. It'll be an Accies free play, and tapped, gone here, and here they come through. Richie, and loitering on with intent on this near side is one of the star men today, Robbie Kent. Richie again plays scrum off, goes to Kent. McDonald, Max Wallace has a dart, and Max Wallace frees the arms, and off it goes to that man, Rory Brogan. And with no more than 30 seconds on the clock, the 7th try of the afternoon for the young flyer, and exactly the start Jed didn't want, Matty.
Yeah, they didn't need that start, Jed. I think, again, probably been the tale of the tournament for every team. You make a mistake, teams punish you, and Jed didn't, opening kick-off, that it has to go 10. To get into the game, it didn't go 10. And yeah, Accies, they've moved the ball, and you give Rory Brogan space. Sadly, he takes it, and yeah, good score. Accies 7-0 up with less than a minute on the clock.
So Richard Mill, the conversion was good. Rory Brogan, 7th try of the afternoon, with 13 minutes of the tournament still to play. Mill will look for the type of kickoff he's done all afternoon that will give Wallace every opportunity, and Wallace has got under that one, and Wallace has got a hand to it, so it's back now with McDonald, and back to Mill, to Kent. A bit of space is opened up in front of Kent, and that looked a high tackle, and the referee's going to agree now. Is there going to be any more than a penalty? Hopefully not from a Jed perspective, but Robbie Kent's got up and taken that quickly. Now it's Allen, and they've got a man on this near side, and guess who it is? It's Rory Brogan. Is Rory Brogan going to take on Mark Glenn? He is going to take on Glenn, and round Mark Glenn he goes. Rory Brogan dots it down, try number 8, and this kid Matty today, he's absolutely unstoppable. Outstanding finish.
I think it's poor defence by Jed. They gave him the outside again. I think it was with Jamie Hine maybe bit in on Max Wallace, and it's a 1-on-1, and Mark Glenn, he's tried his best, but the form that Rory Brogan's in today, there's no stopping him, and that's how Jed contain him.
Yeah, Jed are going to have to react here. 2 minutes gone in the final. 12 points to 0 in favour of Edinburgh Accies, with Richard Mill's conversion to come, and Richard Mill, that's not his easiest attempt of the afternoon, but it sailed through the sticks nonetheless. Max Wallace has been absolutely superb under these Mill kickoffs this afternoon, and he's got another chance to attack one as well. This time it's a Jed hand. It's been knocked forward by Wallace and gone into touch, and it's such a weapon.
Accies today, fair play to them. They have got it to a nutshell. Every tie, Richard Mill, whatever, if he's in the 4s or whatever age he is, and Accies look like they're in for another score.
Oh, they are. Paddy Ritchie got round the back of that scrum, picked the pocket, and he's darted down the touchline. And Matty, exactly as happened last year, and you called it before this. The crowd, you could hear a pin drop.
There's nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like, isn't it? It's not even a score that's needed. It's just something to lift them. If it's a big hit or a line break or like a scuffle, just something to get them into it. And I'll be honest, Accies are doing what Melrose done this time last year, and they've went 3 scores up within 4 minutes on the clock. Yeah,
19-0 to Edinburgh Accies as we approach 4 minutes, and Mill, to rub salt into the wound, has banged it over from the touchline as well. He has been absolutely outstanding. So Mill, once again, 3 converted tries in 4 minutes, 2 for the flyer Brogan, 1 for Paddy Ritchie. He's another impressive performer this afternoon. And Mill once again is given, we're like a broken record here, and it's going to bounce up for Ritchie, and Ritchie's arguing with Stephen Turnbull. He didn't knock it on, but unfortunately for him, he did. So it's going to be a Jed scrum, almost an identical position to the last one, where Ritchie got round the back and scored from, but with Mark Glenn to feed it in for Jed. Weatherhead to Lewis Young. What can the likes of him and Robbie Shearagib conjure up? There's a wrap around on here. Now it's Lewis Young. Will he come back into the traffic and go up the middle, as has been his MO for so many years? And a penalty's been awarded to Jed, so Glenn goes quickly. Weatherhead, Finn Scott, what can he come up with another outstanding performer this afternoon, picking the bunch for Jed, and he takes it just over the Jed 10 metre line. Jamie Hines beat the first man, bumps off the second man and takes it just over halfway. Jed still in possession here as the sun starts to drop, makes visibility just that little bit more difficult, and that's another big carry there. Gary Young, he's been scragged round the ankles by Richie, and an Accies player over that and thinks better than to guddle it, and Jed have knocked it forward here, and Accies are going to play with a free ball, and it's Kent's hacked it forward here and now is in a race with Lewis Young. It's all about the bounce of this ball. Lewis Young's done well to get back there, but he's dragged back over the line, and a try's been awarded. I think it's gone loose there, Matty. I think Lewis Young looks absolutely perplexed.
He looks furious.
Yeah, he looks furious. I think it's been lost. Lewis Young's got back to it. It's been lost, I believe, and it's been touched down by an Accies player. A try's been awarded, and the two Accies players that were in and around it were Rory Brogan and Robbie Kent.
Still not happy at it.
No, he's going to talk. If he's not careful, he's going to talk his way into a yellow card, Lewis Young. And it's half time in this final.
It's a long way back, 26-0. Just having gave a blow, Robin, just having had the ball. I've lost it. Again, it's probably deja vu to this time last year. But look, they've got a bit of pride to play for now, I would say. I think that's probably the message Jono's given in that, just watching him here. He'll be looking just to get a bit of pride. Lewis Young's having a bit of conversation in there. I think a few players need to step up in this second half.
So it'll be a tap for Jed. It's taken by Weatherhead. Glenn has a crack. Borderline high shot there by Mill, but referee seems happy enough. So Weatherhead slings it out to Finn Scott. Hind again bashes off the first man in the contact. He's going to do well to get that back, and it's Weatherhead again, and he senses the space. He's up over the 10 metre line still, trying to conjure something up here, as is Mark Glenn, and Mark Glenn's going to try and evade the tackle, and Mark Glenn's got away here. Robbie Kent's coming back. Oh, and Robbie Kent's done brilliantly well to get back to Robbie Shearer-Gibb, who ended up with the wall, but Mark Glenn gets it back. Is Glenn over the line? Yes, he is. And just as we discussed there, Matty, they needed something quickly, and they've got something through Mark Glenn.
It didn't matter if it was a pick and go, a scrum, push over the line. They needed a score of some sort, and they've got it. I think they would even take a driven maul try at the way they're going at the minute. So, great score. I think Mark Glenn took his player on well there. Just fought on the tackle, and good score. Score on the board for Jed, and is there a bit of life left in them yet?
So Jed on the board in this final, 26 points to 7. The kick-off's been taken by Robbie Kent. Brogan to Allen to Mill. Freddie Gibson, I think, has come on for Accies, but here goes Brogan, and Brogan's swatted off a couple of players. Now Willie hit the afterburners here. Brogan, he's been well tackled there, and he's been tackled into touch as well. Goes up, and Finn Scott takes it in the middle. So here they come again through Young. Young's seen a bit of space. Now Young tries to come back in field and go up the middle, and a penalty's been awarded to Jed. It'll be taken quickly by Robbie Shearer-Gibb. He goes to Weatherhead. Mark Glenn, try scorer for Jed in this final. Now Finn Scott out the back door to Glenn, and Jed, best spell of the game here. Gary Young takes the double tackle. Glenn again to Scott, to Weatherhead, and Weatherhead again. They're playing with a more direct purpose here in this second half. Finn Scott trapped that football style, and he had to hit the back of that collision to bring it under control before he picked it up. Now it's back with Young, a popular try scorer he would be, and he's seen the space and he's kicked it in behind Lewis Young, and he's going to score. Brilliant individual effort from Lewis Young. You know he's going to do something, but it's one thing Matty knowing he's going to do, it's quite another to defend against it.
Yeah, exactly. It's again individuality. He's got that score, and great play by Lewis. He saw the space in behind, and just sadly Richard Mill just couldn't get back in time. And yeah, it's we've only played three and a bit minutes. plenty of time in this tie.
Gutsy stuff by Jed, 26 points to 14.
Straight off the bat, momentum's with them. They need to get Jamie Hind up to this if this is on the money, a bit longer than he'd want.
Yeah, it's going to be taken in just slightly too long. It's taken in by Kent, who's been under a few of those this afternoon. Now it's to Brogan, first receiver, out to Allen, to Mill. That looks like Gibson, the Harriet's loanee that's came on, tries to have a dart, but he's tackled by Robbie Shearer-Gibb. Ritchie. Now it's Wallace. Wallace to Kent. Kent's tackled by Robbie Douglas for Jed. Goes to ground. Neil Armstrong. Brogan thinks about a dart, then goes back to the more experienced campaigner in Mill. Back to Brogan. Brogan, Jed will need to marshal him, and Lewis Young's done exactly that. Good defence by Young. Still in and around their own 22 here. Accies, but a bit of space is opened up now for Neil Armstrong, and is Neil Armstrong going to go 60-70 metres for his first try of the afternoon? He could have, but he decided unselfishly to give it to Max Wallace for his third. 31 points to 14, and that, Matty, is good night Vienna.
Yeah, I would say there's about 3 or 4 Jed players on the ground. I'd say they're going to struggle to get back for this now, Robin. Bit hard in that second half, but again, if you have to look at the first half, that's where the damage has been done.
So as we await this, there's a couple of minutes to go, this conversion from Richard Mill, as I mentioned earlier, Matty, we've been tasked with selecting a player of the tournament. There's no doubt who the top try scorer of the tournament is, but the player of the tournament,
I think there's a number of players. I think Robbie Kent's been outstanding today for Accies, and I think Richard Mill has been very good with his kickoffs, but look, I think there's only one player today that obviously is top try scorer, but his individuality at times has been outstanding, and he's got a very, very strong future ahead of him, and Rory Brogan for me is player of the tournament.
Yeah, and I cannot argue with that one little bit, and I echo your sentiments about the other players that you mentioned as well. And here goes Freddie Gibson, he's been impressive for Harriet's, now on loan at Accies, and here goes Robbie Kent. Matty mentioned his name as being in the running for player of the tournament. He's going to dot it down. What does that take him up to? I'll only make that a second, but he's been very impressive. 38 points to 14, Robbie Kent dots it down. Richard Mill again converts it, and that is the final whistle, and the monkey is off the back for Edinburgh Accies. A couple of monkeys actually. It's been a while since they've won a tournament on the series while being there or thereabout for a good 2 or 3 years now, but it's their first ever victory here at Riverside in all the years this has been played. 4 times runners up. Now they have their name on the trophy. You have to say they're deserved winners.
Richard, a victory at long last at the Jed-Forest Sevens.
Yeah, unbelievable feeling. It's been a long time coming, I think, especially this season. We've been very, very close. I haven't played for a while, but this boy certainly has, and they've been semi-finals pretty much every week. Close to the final, and we thoroughly deserve that today, I think.
Yeah, just absolutely buzzing. That final was great and really good to win it. Having lost the 3 semis, we really needed to get this win, and we got the job done. So credit to the boys. I mean, my pace is my go-to. I just try and use it as much as I can. Go around the outside.
Richard, have you had much influence on this young man?
Believe it or not, yes, I have. Rory came to. So I'm a teacher at Festus Prep School, and Rory came through the ranks at Festus Prep School, and was a stalwart for under 13 team back in, what was that?
2018, 2019.
2018, 2019.
Yeah.
And now look at him now. He was carving up back then, and now he's carving up now.
Can you see a little bit of you in him?
Well, he's got a lot more pace than I have. No, I mean Rory's an absolute dream of a player. Athletic, fast. He's got a big future if he just keeps his head down and keeps working hard.
What about Richard Mill? What future have you got? Are you still going to play next year?
Yeah, I'm going to keep going for as long as I can. I love the game. I love sevens. I love the boys, and I just want to keep playing for as long as I can. If I'm fit and healthy, why not?
And Rory, how would you sum up today?
no words, honestly, just unreal, really good, really great to play with. The guy who taught me all what I know about rugby, Richard Mill, and all credits to the boys. Just got the job done, clinical in the final, clinical all the way through the tournament.
Pint or two tonight?
I've got an exam on Monday.
Richard, pint or two tonight?
We'll see.
Go on.
We'll see what happens. Yes, we'll see what happens.